Hey everyone, it's Andrew. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm really excited to be doing a video doing an unboxing, review, and first time test of the Kaffe handheld milk frother, which is this product right here. The reason why I'm excited about this milk frother is it's got several unique items. One is it'll come with a single as well as a double whisk, which isn't too common for these type of milk frothers. The other main thing is it's USB-C rechargeable, which is really cool about this. I haven't really come across more affordable milk frothers that actually are USB rechargeable. And so the majority of them have to have batteries that are just really cumbersome and annoying because you have to go out and buy them, put them in, and then when it goes dead, you have to replace them. So the fact that this is USB-C rechargeable is really nice. And so what I'll do in this video is I'll go over the main features of this, take it out of the packaging, then I'll walk through frothing with it for the very first time. As always, if you're interested in potentially purchasing this, I'll leave links in the description below. Okay, so this is the Kaffe Rechargeable Handheld Milk Frother. You can currently get this on Amazon for about $25, which is a really affordable price for the fact that this comes with a single whisk, a double whisk, and that it's USB-C rechargeable. The majority of the other milk frothers that I've looked at usually aren't USB-C rechargeable, so that's a really nice feature of this because you don't require batteries and it won't go dead as far as needing to replace batteries. So that's a main highlight that I'd want to emphasize with this. As far as the packaging, shows the milk frother on the front. It's a stainless steel design with a stand, which is included. On the side here, it emphasizes that there's going to be a single whisk as well as a double whisk included in the package, so you don't have to purchase them separately. I know that the Zule Kitchen one only has a double whisk or a single whisk when you purchase it, but you don't have it interchangeable, so this is nice that they have both of those. And then on the back here it has some recommendations for what they use it for. Milkshakes, matcha, coffee, smoothies, really anything that you need to stir in a bowl or container or whatever you need. Milk frothers like these work exceptionally well for that, so it's much easier to kind of mix up like protein shakes, which I really use that a lot for. So these are great all-around devices to have in the kitchen. And on the side here it kind of emphasizes some main features, so it turns your coffee into gourmet latte in 15 seconds, I guess, if you add milk to it. Powerful enough to whisk eggs, protein shakes, and hot cocoa. Elegant stainless steel design that's durable. The fact that it's stainless steel is probably going to be a little bit nicer because the majority of these are actually like a cheap kind of matte plastic as far as the design. And then the other aspect is it runs on a micro USB, so it doesn't need any batteries, and the charging cable is included. And then lastly, it does have a holding stand, which is nice as well because some of like the Zule Kitchen one and the Elementi one they have kind of like general cheap kind of wire stands, but nothing too nice. But that's the main features of the package, so we'll take this out and take a look at it. Okay, so here's everything that comes in the packaging. So you have the actual milk frother itself. It's a nice, elegant design in the fact that it is stainless steel, has this shiny finish across the entirety of it. There's no seams or anything, and it says Kaffe in black lettering right there. Additionally, on the bottom here, it actually has a power on-off switch, which hopefully will just turn it on and leave it on, which will be a nice feature. And then there's actually a USB port right there that you can actually charge the actual milk frother. And they actually include this kind of like rubber case that can actually cover the bottom to prevent any water or anything from getting into that, which is a nice thoughtful aspect as well. And then on the top here is where you insert the actual whisk. There's two separate whisks that are included in this, so you have the single whisk as well as a double whisk. Depending on your need, that'll allow you to kind of whisk more or less as far as the frothing nature of it. And this whisk was really easy to put on, to be honest. Basically it just slides on and off as far as like clicking into place, and once it's on, there is like a give to it so that it stays in place, and you do have to kind of yank it to get it off, which is nice. But that's it. We'll see if it's actually charged right now. So it's charged, turns on immediately, and the nice part about this is that once you hit this power button, it stays on, which is really cool because a lot of the other ones actually have like a push button on the bottom where you have to hold it and press it down, versus this, you just hit the button, it stays on, and then you're good to go. So that's it. it turns off immediately. So overall, that's pretty impressive. I really like the fact that the button is an on-off switch. This cap covers the charging aspect of it, that it is USB-C chargeable. Those are all really good highlights to this. And then the other thing is, this is pretty weighty in the hand. It's got like some like weight to it, which is nice too. It's pretty well made from that standpoint, with the fact that it's very, very sturdy, and I feel like it won't really break. So that's pretty cool there. So that's it as far as the actual milk frother and the whisk aspect. Now we'll take a look at the stand. So this is the stand. So basically it's a relatively simple design. It's basically stainless steel, has this brushed finish across the bottom here. And really just all you have to do is just, I think you turn it, I don't know if you turn it upside down or not. Yeah, so you can turn it upside down and it slides directly into place like this. And it stands up very easily that way. I don't think it goes backwards, yeah, so it has to stand like this, and there is space on the bottom for the whisk, so once you have this into place, you can just slide it through the slot there, leave it like that, and you can leave it on the counter. And I'll say it's decently sturdy. If you hit it backwards, it will fall over like that and tip, but it is a nicer whisk, like stand as compared to other products, which usually have just like a wire kind of like stand that doesn't look too great from that standpoint. But I feel like they really thought about this product, thought about the design as far as the stand, that it's USB-C chargeable, that you include both types of whisks. So that's really thoughtful from that standpoint. The only other thing that they have is they actually have the charging cable, which is a USB-A port to a micro USB port. This is not USB-C, as I discussed. So just keep that in mind, but you will need a wall adapter to charge this. I'm not entirely sure the charging time and how long it would take as far as like using this before it goes dead, but they probably have it in the manual. The other thing that they do include is they do include a discount where you can get 10% off your next order. So they've got a wide variety of coffee products, and so you can actually purchase through that. And then they do have an extended 2-year warranty for this, so that ensures that if you run into any issues with the frother within the first 2 years, you can get a replacement for free. So that's the main highlight of this. Now what I'll do is I'll walk through actually frothing with this for the very first time. Okay, so I have 2 separate cups of fresh oat milk that we'll test this with. First off, we'll use the single whisk and test it with that to get a sense of how it performs. Really all we have to do is hit the on switch and then see. And I'll say as far as feedback, it's pretty powerful for the aspect of how well this frother froths. Really just by putting it in here, it's already frothing to the top and having no issues. I don't have to manipulate it at all. And that's all it took to basically fill this all the way up to the top. And as you can see here, it's well frothed as far as the consistency. So that's with the single whisk. Took probably about like 10-15 seconds overall and wasn't difficult at all. I really like the fact that this has that on-off switch, because you really just press it once and that's all you have to do. Now what we'll do is we'll test the double whisk. And so let me just move this aside and switch the order here. And so now we'll turn this on and test the double whisk. And I'll say that very similar power, but with the double whisk, it kind of, if you get it too shallow, it's actually spraying up. So if you can see, it's actually spraying up a little bit that way. But overall, I don't notice too drastic a difference as far as it. As far as the time frame, I anticipated that with the double whisk it might go a little bit quicker. But it does seem more of a frothy, like a thinner frothiness here. Now you're actually starting to see that. And so I'll just turn this off now. But what you can see is actually with the double whisk, side-by-side comparison, this is definitely a finer froth, like more of a micro froth type thing to this, as compared to the single whisk. It has more bubbles. And so you can see side by side, there is a subtle difference there. As far as the frothing nature of it, but the overall duration wasn't too different. But that's really all I have. So this is the Kaffe Rechargeable Handheld Milk Frother. You can currently get it on Amazon for about $25. If you've looked at my other videos, I've reviewed several milk frothers. I'll say that this one compared to the Zule Kitchen is definitely better as far as the make design, power from that standpoint. I like the fact that this is like a stainless steel design. It's very sturdy in the hand, has a power on-off switch, which is really nice because you don't have to worry about batteries. And the fact that it has a single double whisk. So it's definitely better than the Zule Kitchen one. I also recently reviewed the Elementi one, which did have more power to it, which was a little bit better than the Zule Kitchen. But even with that, the design elements and the rechargeable nature of this definitely make this a better milk frother. So even though those ones are more affordable or cheaper, I'd probably just spend the money and buy something like this because it's probably going to last longer. You don't have to worry about batteries. It's got this nice elegant stand as far as it's a little bit nicer there as compared to the wire design, which looks pretty cheap on the counter space. So overall, I'm pretty impressed with this. So that's all I have, but thanks for watching. If you have questions, comments, post below, and have a great day.